Hi, we're going to talk about if you are a solo Pokemon Go player, and I'm going to walk you through how to do a raid boss that's really hard if you're a solo player. And we're going to use Poke Genie. I'm going to show you how to use the app Poke Genie to host raids. Poke Genie is an app, and it's free, and it does not break Niantic's terms of service. And basically, it's a way, you basically tell it your trainer name and your friend code, and you basically start a hosting process. And what Poke Genie will do is it will search for other people who want invitations to that same raid boss, and it will match them up to you. It will give them your friend code, and when they say they're ready, you'll be able to add them as friends and start the lobby. Alright, so that shows what the app looks like in the App Store for me. I use Google Play. So again, when you add and run Poke Genie for the first time, you're gonna auto tell it your profile information, your Pokemon Go trainer name, your friend code, and so on and so forth. In order to start the host process in the app, this is what the app looks like to begin with. You open it, and recently Virizion just got re-released as a raid boss. Look at the little numbers below each raid boss: Virizion, Obama Snow, Braviary, and so forth. You'll notice that there are 190 plus raid lobbies for Virizion. That means that as a host, you have to wait for the other hosts who are waiting for battlers to go first. For 190, you're talking about maybe 15 minutes of wait time. For Braviary, there are 5 trainers waiting. So if you host a Braviary raid, you will definitely get joiners pretty much right away. So that's what those different numbers mean. It is important if the numbers get too high. Sometimes it prohibits you from hosting a raid in a timely fashion. So anyway, tapping on, say, Virizion in that previous screen, it takes you to kind of the raid area. And if you were to tap under Virizion right now, that would not be as a host. That would be as someone who would be invited to a raid by a host. So in the upper right area, to the right of raid, you would tap on host. And when you do that, it'll take you to the start overlay button. And you need to tap that. And when you do that, Poke Genie will transition back into Pokemon Go. And it will start something called an overlay. And the overlay just kind of snoops on your screenshots, basically. So the red circle there to the right of the Sneasel raid boss, that's the overlay. And when you tap on that overlay, it will take a screenshot of your current screen. That's the Poke Genie overlay. So basically what you do in the hosting process is you open the raid boss screen. In this case, I just opened whatever was nearby as a raid boss in its Sneasel. And you would tap on the overlay thing. Basically, it would just take a screenshot to tell Poke Genie what it is you're raiding. Sometimes it creates an error and doesn't accurately know the correct raid boss, so then you have to do something called manual selection, where you manually select Sneasel or Virizion or whatever on the screen here. But in this case, when I tapped it, it knew it was Sneasel. And then below that is the weather, also needs to be designated. So once you get to this phase, you're now at the step where you can begin the hosting raid process. That is step 2 in our guide here, is start the host process in the app. Tapping on that host raid green button at the bottom, that's going to achieve step 2. And what that does is then it basically waits till it's your turn. If there are 150, 180 lobbies in front of you, you might have to wait 10 to 20 minutes, closer to the 10-minute side, before Poke Genie says, okay, it's your turn, and we're going to get the next 5 people to be your raid friends. And I'm not going to show you footage beyond this, because I'll just explain to you. In a nutshell, after you do the host raid screen, it's at some point the app will match you up to people who will then add you as a friend. So when it's your turn, Poke Genie will take the next 5 people and it will say, okay, be your friend. And you're gonna get friend requests from them because your trainer code or your friend code was, you registered it with Poke Genie as part of the process. And you're gonna see friend requests and you accept those friend requests, but do not necessarily accept them all in real time because from the raider, remote invitation raiders perspective, they need to not only send a friend request to you, but they need to tell Poke Genie, okay, I did that and now I'm ready. And a lot of those people, they forget to do that. And then what happens is the Poke Genie times out. Even though they sent you a friend request, you accepted their friend request, they forgot to tap I'm ready. And so Poke Genie will basically wipe them off the slate and have someone else, put someone else in their place, basically. And so you just have to kind of look out for that. And again, once it gives you 5 people that it says, okay, they're ready, yeah, then you add them as your friends, you accept their friend requests, and then you can start the lobby and invitation process to those. So for that, to that end, I want to point out that you want, sorry about the, if you can hear that in the background, you want to arrange your friends in friendship level lowest to rising, so that your lowest friends are first, like I'm showing you here. Now, the top friend up there, the Team Rocket leader, that's going to be a problem, because then when I go to invite, that trainer is going to be, because we have 0 friend status, that trainer is going to be intermixed with the 5 new friends that I add, and I have to just make sure that I add those other people and not that Team Rocket leader trainer. Otherwise, if I didn't have that situation, it's the 5 trainers with whom I've had 0 friend status, whom I would invite into my T5 raid. So again, once Poke Genie matches you up, you lobby, you invite them, and you in turn have to look at step 5 there, tap the start raid, or that you've started, and that will then tell Poke Genie, okay, life is good, this is all done now, and it will send a notification to those 5 that you've started the raid and alerts them to look out for your invitation. So that's all good stuff. Okay, I guess I'm also showing you here, if we've finished talking about now how to host a raid. So you live in a remote area, you don't have any Pokemon friends, just use Poke Genie. You can use your daily raid pass to do a really difficult raid boss. Now on the flip side, if you were one of those 5 people, you wanted to use a remote invitation to get invited to a raid, you can also use Poke Genie for that. In this case, you need to do a little bit more upfront work. You need to show Poke Genie some of your Pokemon. So find the screen to kind of upload pictures of your Pokemon, or take pictures of your collection. And that tells Poke Genie that, hey, okay, this person has some fighters. And based on what Poke Genie sees, or what you show it, when you try to get in line to do some raids, as long as yours are good enough to do 1/6 of the damage, it will let you get in line. So again, if you want to say there's a regional boss you want to be in line for, same thing. You can use Poke Genie to get an invitation. In the case of the Southern Hemisphere Celesteela, it took 3 or 4 or 5 days in line to finally get matched up to a host. So there were a lot more people in line than people hosting, just because there are just fewer people in the Southern Hemisphere, I think. At any rate, to get invited, yes, you want to find the raid boss you want and then tap raid now. That was kind of shown earlier in this video. And then you just kind of wait. And then when you get matched to your host, Poke Genie will show you their friend code, but it will also copy the host's friend code into your clipboard, so that when you go to Pokemon Go and you do add friend, you can paste just right out off the clipboard that trainer's friend code to send them a friend invitation. It's the flip side of what we've already discussed. And then you want to also go back to Poke Genie and tap, this is step 3, tap that you're ready, because you need to do that, otherwise you're going to get kicked out. And after that, then you just wait for the invitation. And if the host does their job before they, or as they start the lobby and invite you, they will tap that they've started, which will trigger a notification that you're in, that the host has started the lobby, and basically look out for their invitation. So that's how you can do raids if you are a solo player. I do hope this helps. Cheers.